Hello, welcome pen friends. I'm doing something totally different today and it's just for fun, but I really wanted to share it with you guys. I'm actually taking on a challenge from another pen friend, and the challenge is a junk journal therapy challenge to make a junk journal, or begin one anyway, from a composition book. And it's on Mary Hodges' channel, and I'll link you to her wonderful video. And I don't know what, it just struck me like I can do this, and I don't need to buy anything to do this. In fact, I told myself I'm not doing this unless I use what I have. So I had a composition book, something like this, only mine said made in Vietnam, and I know that those well, the paper made in Vietnam doesn't bleed through as bad, because I'm hoping to be able to use my fountain pens in here. But what I did was kind of just follow what she showed us to do so far, and which was crinkle the papers and lay down a little bit of ink, and I took it maybe just a little bit further because I had some scrapbook paper. So, and I even did the cover, but the reason I did the cover was because the cover was nasty. It had been something else, and I had ripped off the title and ripped pages out. So I had to get the pages, evened out so that, they wouldn't be any falling out of the front or back. So I had to do that first. But that was probably my saving grace, the reason why I did the project at all, because I hate to start with a new notebook. Coco, no, honey, I'm showing the people something. The pen friends, yeah. It's hard for me to get started with a new notebook, and she mentioned that in her video too. So it was just great that I had a beaten up one that wasn't in very good shape, and it didn't matter that a bunch of pages were missing, because look how thick it is anyway. It's like a good 3 inches thick once I crinkled the papers. So I don't really know how to go about this. I just wanted to talk about my experience, that's all, because it was so much fun. And here comes Coco. Oh my goodness. He's got to see everything. He's got to smell everything. Let's see. So I started by crinkling the pages, because I saw how she applied the, I guess it's the distressed inks, which I don't have, but I'll talk about how I did this. And so I went through the book, and that was therapeutic. That was really cool, crunching it up. And I think I had a few tears, so I did good. I wasn't too dainty with it. And then, okay, another point I wanted to mention, because I'm kind of excited about this. I had just completed another challenge with pen friend Devin, who has a wonderful channel, and I'll link her video too. And she had a 7-day stationery decluttering challenge. So I knew I had these stamp pads, and I hadn't used them. I mean, I'd opened them and kind of dabbled with them a couple years ago. Like, I'm talking 5 years ago. Whoops, I got that all wet. And I had quarantined, so all of the ones I had over in a box on my dining table, and I told myself, if I don't use these in 2 months, I'm going to get rid of them, because, they'll dry up and nobody will be able to use them if I don't. Because the only one I use is this one, the basic black that's a permanent archival. It's a mess. Anyway, so I knew where everything was, and I knew everything that I had, so that was another kind of saving, grace, because I tend to be disorganized, I tend to be perfectionist, and I tend to think I have to buy stuff to do projects. And that's what's gotten me into this, situation of having too much of everything. Oh, such a pretty Coco tail. Yes, he's a good boy. Okay, anyway, so I went through like 2 or 3 glue sticks. I glued some of the pages together, because she mentioned that. And then after, I just got carried away and started realizing that I would like to put some scrapbook paper, just glue it in. So I did that, but not very many, just a few, because I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna go about this. And some of these pages got a little too dark with the ink, like especially at first. I already put one poem from Unity in. It was about fasting and feasting. It was in their one of their little booklets that was about Lent, I think. So some of them were too dark. So once I realized the ink was too dark, Coco, you're not going to eat ink samples. No, sir. No. You lay down and be good. Come on now. Okay, okay. So then what I realized was, well, I have these sponges. So I took these pads, and then I just use the sponge, and I use that because that way it wouldn't be so. And I did start in the back, thank goodness, because I mean this was just way too dark. If I want to write over it, I'll have to use some what do you call that stuff? I can't think of it. It's a great big gesso or whatever. I'll have to use some of that to lighten it even, and then I'm not sure. I don't want to write over that with fountain pens because I'm not sure how that would work. Anyway, good thing I started at the back because I realized these stamp pads are really dark, except for this one. This was the one that I got for to do the body of a mouse stamper one time. But see, they were too dark. So I got the sponge and just used it. Whoops, and I've rinsed it off several times. It seemed like it cleaned up pretty good. My hands didn't. I really had fun. Oh my gosh. Oh, the next time I might even wear a glove on the right hand because the left hand wasn't so bad. But okay, so I mean, I've just done up to the point basically where she took us with the video, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more videos coming. So then I started pulling out my things because people send me these wonderful things. I found this somewhere. I think that was a daily bread maybe insert or something, and you know, I save cards that have really pretty artwork, and people, pen pals send me things, and I always wondered what I was going to do with this because it was oversized. It's a Vermont postcard, but it's going to fit in here somewhere. So I am super excited about the project, the whole thing, the idea that this is not something I just rushed to finish. These pages are here, and I date stamped for today down here in the corner, so I will remember I started this whole thing today. I covered all the old, you know, the inside cover and the back, and I mean, it didn't always glue down good, but I'll get some better glue probably. And I just did the back with plain. And then I had no ribbon, but usually the old self, you know, pre-pandemic, and also the spender self would have gone and bought ribbon, but I don't go anywhere. I don't have to, and I'm tired of spending money. So I got out my yarn, and it worked perfectly well, I think. I only did 3 because this didn't have anywhere near as many pages as... I had used a good deal of the pages trying to do something else a long time ago. Anyway, this is just for fun, and I wanted to talk about it because, wow, she was not kidding when she said this is like therapy, you know, and it is. And I think, like, I've had this strange week where there was a lot of excitement, and there wasn't a lot of negativity in my world, but there was, like, things happening that were sort of overwhelming, you know, and I'm not talking about on the national scene either. That's a whole nother subject. I'm talking about just right in my own personal life, and I find that just as destabilizing sometimes as if I'm having depression or anxiety, if I'm just dealing with something that's exciting and cool, but really overwhelming. It's hard to explain because it's not something I'm really ready to talk about, but this was really fun, and I thank you, Mary, for doing your video, and it made me, once again, really aware of how we affect each other when we put out there what we're working on and we share in any way, and it kind of humbled me and made me realize, you know, wow, the impact that we can have on each other. So this is going to be something I really will enjoy picking up and just doing whatever I want to do. A lot of these pages are light enough for me to come in with my fountain pens and write and experiment because I'm not really sure. I had done a test page, and I know that most of them will write in here. And the thing is, I can come in and splatter too because I really don't, it does not have to be perfect, and I can cover it up if I don't like it. That was something I learned a long time ago when I took a class with Rochelle Payne. But I didn't really... I mean, I say I learned it, but I kind of maybe didn't really, because that perfectionist streak still gets to me. I just went with the colors I really like out of my stamper pads, and I tried to do 2 colors. One of them I tried to do, I have a bunch of Ferris wheel press inks that were not saturated enough, and so I took out... not the strawberry macaroon, it was the yellow one. This one here, I think. freshly squeezed sunshine. Okay. And I got that in here somewhere, but I didn't label it, so it's going to be hard to find. Well, maybe not, because it smeared all over because it was a lot different than the stamper pads. These stamper pads are not quite the same as ink. They're a little drier. Let's see. Where was that? I found it, and well, I don't think it was this. No, it was not. It was much more. I think it's this. So this was the freshly squeezed sunshine, but it got carried away. It was a little different. And then over here, this was one of my stampers that I used the sponge with, though, because directly with the these open and they flip over. And if I directly do like this, it is so saturated it just takes over the page. And I really expect that. I mean, I like mixed media. And I really do, but I was going to show you, the only other time that I've really done anything like this was in a class, and it was repurposing a book, a hardcover book. We tore most of the pages out, and then we did the assignment, and it was, so everybody's pages came out kind of similar, and, but this is more maybe, I enjoyed it, but I felt that it was above my skill level, or maybe more, oh my goodness, adopt a kitty, learn about crystals, meditate, establish a pen club. Okay, I still need to do that, but I've adopted Coco. Continue letter writing, keep my YouTube channel alive, attend a pen show. Okay, I still need to do that. Increase my income. Regular art journaling, that's something that this may provide me. I guess I felt like this was more like, I enjoyed it, but I think this I'll enjoy more because this is like, I don't want to say easy, but yeah, I'm not allowing myself to put down a whole bunch of rules. I'm just, you know, for me to crinkle pages, that's big, guys. I mean, and basically deface a notebook, but I think it's fun. It was really fun. It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. So that's it. I just wanted to show you and thank Mary. And so challenge I'm in, you know, I hope to find even more information, because as I was kind of scrolling around looking at some of the links that she left for us to check out some other people's videos, I realized that, wow, this is kind of, it could be very elaborate. It could be anything you want. But this really appeals to me. My great-grandfather kept a composition-sized notebook with recipes and notes and things and cutouts from the newspaper. And even though there wasn't much in the notebook I got, I really enjoyed that. So I think I showed it once. I mean, you know, it definitely wasn't fancy, and I've got all these things that I can repurpose and work with. So it's going to be fun. So that's it. That's all for right now. But I've been awful today because I've just been doing whatever the heck I wanted all day long. I had a class this morning online that I'm taking, and then I spent all afternoon having fun with this. So I guess every once in a while a day off is good. So I'll see you guys later, and let me know if you're also doing Mary's challenge, and I'd love to see what you do if you do it. I really would. So okay, bye for now.